feel like with comedy or the arts in general, I don't know if this is a loaded question or not, but obviously at the moment in society we have a big conversation about gender and all that sort of stuff. Do you feel like you have to go through different hurdles than what a male would? And are the hurdles more, or are they less, or are they different hurdles but sort of at the same, different paths to the same destination? Like, how do you feel being a female comedian in this industry where people go, oh, it's male dominated? Do you think that's because just more males choose to do it, or do you feel like it's harder to be a woman in the arts?
I think in comedy especially, I can only talk from what I know.
Yeah.
So I think comedy is hard. And again, I don't know how it is for a dude doing comedy.
Yeah.
So I could be saying this and dudes are sitting there like, no, but I felt the exact same way.
Yeah.
But I think it is hard, and I would say harder for females, because there is a very male-dominated industry. And so when you come in to crack it, I think the reason there aren't as many female comics is because when you come in at a open mic level, you're literally walking into open mics with 50 dudes, 2 chicks. Yeah. They all have little cliques that they're all sitting with and having chats. And you either have to assimilate and be a bro's bro, or you have to be your own island but still try and book the gigs and get in a different way. Yeah. And so I think the reason that there are less female comedians generally is because most of them drop out. It's not... Starting is hard. Staying in is even harder, to be able to sit in that and still want to keep going, even though it's kind of not a great sort of entry or welcome. No, but because I feel sort of the same. It'd be the same for everyone in some sense, probably harder for others than, but do you feel like that could also be, because there's going to be people that want to ask this as well, but do you feel like that's just because there genuinely isn't enough females wanting to do it, wanting to get that start? There might be more falling out, but just let's say there's 50 dudes a day that are going to stand up and only 20 girls. Obviously, it's constantly gonna be like this. Yeah, I 100%. I think from the beginning there are less females that want to do stand up already. Why? I think it's because this might be I think it's because the male ego. Genuinely, I think. Yeah. There are more dudes out there that think to themselves, I'm funny. Yeah. I'm going to crush stand-up. Yeah. I think females are less inclined to, like what we were talking about at the beginning, I think females are less inclined to be I have this skill set and therefore I'm going to push and I'm going to achieve it. Right, okay. I think because society has just said so it comes don't. So it comes back to maybe, if what you said is true, then maybe it comes back to a societal thing altogether and not necessarily an industry thing. It's not something that the industry needs to necessarily fix, but just as a society together, we need to fix, just motivate more people to do shit instead of constantly be pushing people down.